In this video, we're going to take a look at how you can create custom fields. FarmBright comes preloaded with many fields to track lots of different data for your animals, crops, equipment, and more. But if you have unique needs that are specific to your operation, you'll be able to create custom fields to track that data and those metrics that really matter to you. A quick note before we get started though, custom fields are available for FarmBright's Plus and Premium subscriptions. If you have any questions about upgrading to enable this feature, reach out to us, we'll be glad to help. All right, let's start creating some fields. The first step is to create your custom fields, and you can find that under the account menu. We'll choose custom fields, and you can see that I have already created a lot of examples for this demo. These are all just examples, but check out some of the fields that we've created. We're tracking additional details about the quality of our animal and plant yields, dates for milestones, additional scores or certifications, plant characteristics, expanded notes, more values and details for our equipment, and a lot more. You can create whatever fields you need using different field types across different record types. This feature can help you track the data that is critical for your operation and its unique needs. Let's create a new one and take a look at some of your options. First, you'll give the field a name. In this case, we're going to track the ripeness and color of the crops we harvest, as we might use some of our less ripe crops for certain products and overripe crops for other uses. We can then choose what record type to show this field on. You can define what type of record this field is applicable to with this option. For this one, we'll pick planting harvest, but note all the other options that you might select. Custom fields are available on animals, their harvests, measurements, and treatments, your equipment records, treatments applied to grow locations, your crop types, individual plantings, planting treatments, and of course the harvest. Now we can pick the field type used to store the data for this custom field. You'll have a few different options here, and they all relate to how you will interact with the field when you are recording the data. For example, do you want to track this data as a single line text field? Or maybe you need more space to write and want a larger paragraph. Should the data be formatted as a date? Or only allow numeric values? You could create ones with preloaded options as well. A drop-down will present choices for you to select a single option, while a multi-select is used to offer preloaded options where more than one can be selected. You could even use a yes-no field to select from those two options, like a true or false. For the ripeness and color indicator on our crops, we'll choose a drop-down menu, since we want to choose from preloaded selections and only select one value. We can then add the options here and supply a description if we need. We can also optionally filter this custom field so that it only shows on certain record types. We've already indicated that it is specific to plant harvests, but maybe it only applies to certain types of crops. Those options are probably applicable to our peppers, but maybe we don't need to see this field on our pasture grass for our hay or our garlic harvests. You can set many other filters and then save. Now that we have our field created, let's go to harvest some of those peppers and see it in action. We'll supply the data for our harvest and see our custom field listed here. We can choose from the options that we created and then save our harvest. If we wanted to see that data in the future, we could look at the harvest individually or also see it in the trace number. But if you want to see the data for multiple records at once, you'll also be able to create custom reports to view it. We'll create a new one, give it a name, and then choose the area we'd like to report on. When we pick our columns, you'll now see the custom fields as available options. We can then run the report and see the value for the custom field in this harvest. Remember, this was just an example to show you how you could use these custom fields, but what fields you create and how you use them, what types you want to use, what records they show up on, that's all entirely up to you. One last thing about custom fields, you'll be able to create 10 of these on the Plus plan and 100 of them on the Premium. Feel free to get in touch with us if you have questions about upgrading. Thanks for watching, and reach out if you have any questions.